The reaction to that moment matters as much as the moment itself. There was little effort from Morgan to distance himself, no condemnation from fellow panelists or from the exile monarchist networks that promote people like Gamari. There was silence, there was minimization, there was a rapid pivot back to familiar language about inevitability and momentum. The system absorbs the shock and carries on. And that alone tells you this is not a movement orientated towards institutional accountability. It's a narrative engine designed to keep collapse framed as virtue, regardless of what surfaces inside it. And that all depends on a specific trick. It treats regime change as a moral issue rather than a political process. A thing you can want without describing how it works. A thing you can advocate without owning who enforces it. That trick stops working the moment an advocate describes enforcement in advance, though, especially when protests in Iran are being framed around regime change and a return to a Shah-led nation. Threat language decimates that. It preloads the future with coercion and strips away plausible deniability. The usual escape route is to pretend the speaker is marginal, an outlier, when her monarchic views in opposition to the current Iranian theocracy are very much being pushed in mainstream media. But that excuse also fails here because marginal figures do not get primetime platforms on the likes of Piers Morgan's show, and they don't pass without correction. Marginality is defined by exclusion, and this was amplification. Responsibility therefore lies with broadcasters, commentators, political networks that decided this voice was acceptable collateral in service of a larger story. Given who Gamari is, though, they might have overshot. You see, Goldie Gamari is anything but an incidental presence.